Good evening. Tonight, we look at a force that is silently and rapidly reshaping the very foundations of our world. It's not a political movement, it's not an economic theory, it is artificial intelligence. This isn't science fiction anymore, it's a present-day reality unfolding in the code that powers our lives. A groundbreaking report from the Brookings Institution lays bare the scale of this transformation, a revolution happening in plain sight yet largely unseen by the public. AI is the new architect of our society, building systems that think, learn, and adapt with startling speed. It's a revolution driven by intentionality, intelligence, and a relentless ability to evolve, impacting every facet of our daily existence. This invisible hand is already at work in the world of finance. The loan you apply for might not be approved or denied by a person, but by an algorithm analyzing thousands of data points in a fraction of a second. Your retirement portfolio could be managed by a robo-advisor, making trades with a speed and complexity that no human could ever match. This technology promises unmatched efficiency and precision, rooting out fraud and optimizing markets. But it also concentrates immense power into opaque, complex systems that make critical financial decisions about your life without ever offering a human explanation or a chance for appeal. The reach of AI extends far beyond our bank accounts and into the most sensitive domains of national security. On battlefields, both real and virtual, AI is the new high ground. Programs like Project Maven are designed to sift through mountains of surveillance data, identifying targets and threats with chilling accuracy. Nations are now racing to develop hyperwar capabilities where conflicts could be fought and won by autonomous systems in minutes, long before human commanders can even process what is happening. China, as the report highlights, is pouring billions into this new arms race, seeking not just an edge, but total dominance in an AI-driven world. This technology is also being deployed to protect us right here at home, in the very cities we live in. We see it in Cincinnati, where AI helps the fire department predict where emergencies will strike next, optimizing response times and saving lives. We see it in Seattle, where it manages energy grids to reduce waste and build a more sustainable future. Smart cities promise a world of seamless efficiency, where traffic flows perfectly and public services are delivered before we even know we need them. But this convenience comes with a trade-off: a city that watches, listens, and learns, collecting vast oceans of data about its citizens' every move. The promise of artificial intelligence is perhaps nowhere more profound or more personal than in the field of healthcare. Imagine a doctor that never sleeps, one that can scan a CT image and spot cancerous lymph nodes with a precision that surpasses even the most experienced human radiologist. This is not a distant dream, it is happening now. AI systems are being trained to predict congestive heart failure, to optimize hospital resources, and to personalize treatments based on a patient's unique genetic code. It is a technological leap that offers hope for longer, healthier lives, promising to bend the curve of human suffering in ways we've only just begun to imagine. The potential is undeniable, breathtaking even. But this medical miracle is a double-edged sword. For every life saved, a new set of ethical dilemmas emerges. The same AI that can predict a health crisis relies on access to our most private medical data. Who owns this data? How is it protected? And what happens when these predictive algorithms make a mistake? The line between personalized care and digital surveillance becomes perilously thin. A system designed to help us could one day be used by insurers to deny coverage, or by employers to make hiring decisions based on a predicted health risk. The promise of a healthier future is shadowed by the specter of a new, insidious form of discrimination. The same predictive power is being applied in our criminal justice system, and the stakes could not be higher. In cities like Chicago, predictive risk analysis tools, such as the Strategic Subject List, are used to identify individuals deemed most likely to be involved in future crimes. The goal is noble: to intervene before tragedy strikes and to make sentencing fairer by removing human bias. The technology offers a vision of a safer society, where law enforcement can be more proactive and resources can be deployed with surgical precision. It presents a future where justice is not just blind but also clairvoyant, capable of preventing harm before it occurs. Yet this pursuit of a safer tomorrow raises deeply troubling questions about justice and freedom today. How can an algorithm predict a crime that hasn't happened? The data these systems are trained on is historical crime data, which is often tainted by decades of human bias, particularly against minority communities. As a result, these so-called objective tools risk creating a high-tech feedback loop, disproportionately targeting the same neighborhoods and the same people, reinforcing and amplifying existing inequalities. It's a system that could prejudge and pre-punish individuals, not for what they have done, but for what a machine calculates they might do. This is not justice, it's a digital prophecy that risks becoming self-fulfilling. At the heart of this AI-driven world lies a fundamental and deeply unsettling problem: the ghost in the machine. We are talking about algorithmic bias. These systems, often presented as paragons of cold, hard objectivity, are in fact reflections of the world that created them, a world filled with flaws, prejudices, and systemic inequalities. An AI is only as good, or as fair, as the data it learns from. When that data is biased, the algorithm doesn't just replicate that bias, it magnifies it, codifies it, and deploys it at a scale and speed that is simply unprecedented. This isn't a minor glitch, it is a foundational crisis of trust. This crisis manifests in very real and very damaging ways. An AI tool used for hiring might learn from decades of corporate data that leaders are predominantly male, and thus begin to systematically filter out qualified female candidates. A facial recognition system trained primarily on light-skinned faces may fail to accurately identify people of color, leading to false accusations and wrongful arrests. The Brookings report is clear: we must take these biases seriously. The anti-discrimination laws we fought for in the physical world must be extended and rigorously applied to the digital realm, or we risk building a future where prejudice is not just a human failing, but an automated feature. Beyond bias, we face a labyrinth of ethical considerations. Consider the autonomous vehicle. When faced with an unavoidable accident, who does it choose to protect? The passenger, the pedestrians in the crosswalk, a child who runs into the street? These are not just technical questions, they are profound moral dilemmas being programmed into lines of code, often by private companies with little public oversight. Who is responsible when these systems make a life or death decision? Is it the owner of the car, the software engineer who wrote the algorithm, the company that sold the vehicle? Our legal frameworks are decades behind the technology. This leads to the critical issue of liability and accountability. When an AI system denies someone a loan, misdiagnoses a disease, or contributes to a military miscalculation, who do we hold responsible? The current legal landscape is a murky fog of unanswered questions. We are building and deploying technologies with immense power to shape and sometimes harm human lives, yet we have no clear system for assigning responsibility when things go wrong. This accountability vacuum is not just a legal problem, it's a societal one. Without transparency and a clear chain of command back to a human decision-maker, we risk creating powerful systems that operate beyond reproach, beyond justice, and beyond our control. We are standing at a crossroads. Down one path lies a future where artificial intelligence is harnessed to solve humanity's greatest challenges, curing disease, ending poverty, and creating a sustainable world. Down the other path lies a dystopia, one where unaccountable algorithms deepen inequality, erode our privacy, and make decisions that undermine our most cherished human values. The direction we take is not predetermined. It will be decided by the choices we make right now. The Brookings report doesn't just sound the alarm, it provides a roadmap, a series of urgent recommendations for policymakers, businesses, and for all of us. The first step, the report argues, is to democratize the building blocks of AI. This means improving access to data for researchers and the public, but with ironclad privacy protections. We cannot allow this powerful resource to be hoarded by a handful of tech giants. Alongside this, we must see a massive increase in government investment for unclassified AI research, ensuring that the public good, not just private profit, drives innovation. And crucially, we must overhaul our education systems. We need to equip the next generation with the skills to build, manage, and critically evaluate these complex systems, fostering a workforce prepared for an AI-powered economy. Regulation is essential, but it must be smart. The report wisely advises against trying to regulate specific algorithms which change too quickly. Instead, we should regulate broad objectives, focusing on outcomes. We must demand transparency, insist on fairness, and mandate that all AI systems have meaningful human oversight. A federal AI advisory committee should be created to guide these policies, bringing together experts from technology, ethics, and civil rights to navigate the complex trade-offs. This isn't about stifling innovation, it's about steering it in a direction that is safe, equitable, and aligned with our democratic principles. We must always maintain human control. Ultimately, The responsibility falls on all of us. As citizens, we must demand to know when and how AI is being used to make decisions that affect our lives. We must push our leaders to act, to create the laws and institutions necessary to govern this technology. And we must penalize malicious behavior, promoting cybersecurity to protect these powerful systems from being turned against us. The future is not something that simply happens to us, it is something we build. The age of artificial intelligence is here. The question is no longer if it will transform our world, but how. The time for discussion is over. The time for action is now. Good night.